Next on Worcester News Tonight, repairs are underway at Union Station, but the overall cost is increasing due to a recent discovery. Plus, what would you do with $1 billion? You could be asking yourself that exact question tonight. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. A Worcester hockey player is using his time on the ice to not only help his team win, but to raise money for those battling cancer. His inspiration came after losing a close relative. Stopping goals from being scored is nothing new to Junior Railers goalie Dante Souza. But now, there's more motivation than ever to stop them. This month, Souza's participating in October Saves. For every poke check or glove save he makes, people donate an amount of their choice. All of the money goes towards cancer research for both women's and pediatric cancers. He decided to participate in the event after losing his aunt to cancer at just 51 years old.
She was like my second mom. Middle school, if we had a game in Marlboro, we would go there after every game, hang out with her.
Souza's mother says it's heartwarming to see him so dedicated to raising the funds.
He's an amazing little boy on and off the ice. To watch him go out there and play a position that he loves and know that every save that he makes is going towards cancer research and at some point potentially could have an impact on somebody else's family is heartwarming.
Souza says he plans on giving back until he retires from hockey, which won't be for a while, as his dream is to be in the NHL. He believes there will be a cure.
They combine all of our money together and they find a cure and they give it to everybody so nobody has to be sad to lose a loved one.
Now, Souza's already raised more than $4,000. He's continuing to spread the word about the cause. He'll be at the Worcester Railers home opener tomorrow, dropping the puck. Switching gears now, an auction for unclaimed items is going to be online starting tomorrow. But tonight, people in Worcester had a chance to view them. A number of items, including various currencies, sports cards, and jewelry, were on display at Worcester's lottery office. The items are considered abandoned property, which come from safety deposit boxes from around the state. Items that go unclaimed for 7 years are sent to the state treasury to be auctioned off, and all have been appraised.
It's pretty interesting this year. We have a lot of gold, which may realize about $30,000, and we have some smaller coins that collectors might find interesting. This is the first year, in my experience, in over 15 years, that we've had some high-end cameras that will be available for sale.
Over 1,000 items will be rolled out now through December on the state's Treasury eBay account. Last year, the state made more than $200,000 on its auction. Here's a million-dollar question or billion-dollar question. What would you do if you won the Mega Millions? Tonight, a record-setting game will be played as the jackpot has grown to over $1 billion. And here in Worcester, people were stopping by stores to buy tickets all day in hopes of being the one. Our Cam Jandro has the story.
MegaMillions sets a new record Friday with a massive $1 billion jackpot up for grabs. It has people testing their luck at convenience stores all across Worcester.
I play every once in a while. I don't play every day. I don't. But this is so big. Why not?
I usually wait till it's up a little bit. I don't play every week. But when it's this high, you got to get a ticket.
There hasn't been a jackpot winner since July, so the cash option now sits at $565 million. For stores like M&M Market on Lincoln Street, huge jackpots lead to a lot more customers.
A lot of people winning here. Last like one joined two. So let's see who's winning tonight in the Worcester.
People also stopped in the Burncoat Market in hopes of buying a winner. They're hoping to be the lucky store to sell the ticket, which wins it all.
We're gonna spend more on business so that more people can come in.
Odds of winning the whole thing? 1 in 302 million. But some have an idea of what to do with the money if they were ever the one.
I buy myself a house, I travel, and I buy my kids the house, my grandkids college.
I'd probably donate some, set up some trust funds. I got a granddaughter. She's probably going to want to go to college someday.
Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Union Station is under repair and the costs are increasing. The Worcester Redevelopment Authority says asbestos and water damage were found. And while construction is underway, some local businesses are already looking to call the transportation hub home. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
Repairs continue on Union Station, the cost increasing by $1.5 million. The Worcester Redevelopment Authority approved the repair costs last week and say they're needed to address recent discoveries of asbestos and water damage. It comes as businesses express interest in locating to the Washington Square property.
It provides an opportunity for, retail businesses to not only serve the commuters coming in and out of Union Station, but the housing and the businesses that are growing in and around the station.
The Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce says Union Station is successful as a transportation hub, but now needs to build on its success by filling retail and office space. President and CEO Tim Murray says there's been more interest since the arrival of AAA baseball.
The presence of Polar Park, that's going to add 70 games in the downtown core, literally blocks away from Union Station.
One interested business is Greater Good Brew Company, which operates a 3,000 square foot taproom on Millbrook Street. Founder and president Paul Wengender says they'd like to open a nano brewery in Union Station for their second brand with lower alcohol beer called Soul Purpose.
Where people can walk up, get fresh beer, maybe some live entertainment. And so that mesh point for the city, from downtown to Kelly Square and everything in between, the Woosocks coming into town. We feel like it's an ideal spot.
Wengender says they were interested in the location years ago, but the Polar Park project in the Canal District makes it an even more ideal spot.
I just think it's awesome that we're all coming together, and there's going to be more of a destination for Worcester. We'd like to be a part of it.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
The remains of a Worcester sailor who died during World War II have been identified. He's believed to be the first city man killed in the war. Navy Buglemaster 2nd Class Lionel Lescault died during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. The 28-year-old was aboard the USS Oklahoma. The ship was hit by multiple torpedoes and capsized, killing 429 sailors, including Worcester's Lescault. The remains of hundreds of sailors were then buried in the National Memorial Cemetery in Hawaii. Using modern DNA analysis, the Defense WWII accounting agency was able to identify the remains. Worcester police are asking for your help identifying 2 suspects involved in an armed robbery. The incident happened on Sunday at the Walgreens on Park Avenue. Police say one suspect pulled a gun on a pharmacist and demanded prescription drugs. The 2 suspects fled with an unknown amount of pills. Police say they were driving a small, dark-colored SUV or crossover vehicle. No injuries were reported. Anyone with information is asked to call or send an anonymous text to Worcester Police. A traffic stop in Sturbridge leads to the arrest of 3 people for trafficking heroin. The vehicle was pulled over Thursday on Route 84. The trooper found 2.5 kilograms of a substance believed to be heroin and more than $800. 3 people were arrested from Lynn. The Worcester Housing Authority will soon be expanding its reach and lending a hand to 2 central Massachusetts communities. With more than 200 employees and 3,000 housing units, Worcester Housing Authority is the 2nd largest in New England. Holden's Housing Authority is signed a 5-year contract with the WHA to manage their operation. Holden only has 3 employees and their executive director is retiring at the end of the month.
Finding replacements for their executive directors, because a lot of those positions are part-time positions, and so it's been a real challenge to find qualified folks that can step right in and continue to lead their agencies.
Worcester will also provide management consulting for the Leominster Housing Authority while they search for a new executive director. Holden's contract will begin November 1st. A historic landmark in Worcester is set to become its 10,000th visitor this week. Park Spirit opened Bancroft Tower back in 2014 so people could experience the view from one of Worcester's highest peaks. The castle was built in 1900 in honor of George Bancroft, a diplomat and a statesman who founded the Naval Academy. The tower is open to the public on Sundays in October, and this weekend they'll be lighting the 2 fireplaces.
There's nothing like it in the world, and it's, everybody in Worcester should have a chance to get up here and just see how beautiful Worcester is from this vantage point, and that's what it was intended for.
With things like Notre Dame Church coming down, we need to make sure that things like this stay around especially because it's the last of what was formerly 3 towers in Worcester Park. So for us to be here and welcome 10,000 into this structure after being closed for 20 years, it means so much to us and I think to the city of Worcester.
The events are free, but to help with upkeep and liability insurance costs, Park Spirits suggests a $1 donation.